Ryan with Miss.Geek here, and in this video, an update about what you wonder. Well, kind of about everything. So first off, this is a positive video. Number one, this is a positive video. There's nothing bad here. But to come right out with it, I'm taking a break from YouTube. I'm taking a break somewhat from radio, not really, but kinda. But I'm still doing all the things I usually do, but it's a matter of time. So, I just hit 740 subscribers. By the way, new subscribers, thank you. And I'm sorry if this is disappointing. I'll be back. I'm not leaving forever. But let me explain. So some longtime subscribers will know that last year was a really rough year for my family. My daughter and I are now alone. My wife passed away last February. That was hard. For those of you who've lost mates, I'm sorry. I never would have known how bad it is. It's bad. It's really, really bad. That has really been a big hit to our family. And my daughter, she's an adult. She lives at home because her health isn't well. In fact, her health has gotten a bit worse. And so I've been spending a lot of time caring for her, trying to take care of things. And I also started a new job in December of last year. So I've been there about a month, just over a month. And so I'm, focused on that job. And also I'm going to be moving out of Washington. I'm going to be moving back to Nevada. And so I've got a lot of organizing to do. You guys see this corner of my area, but this is actually a 15 by 30 room roughly. That's a separate building at my house. And my house is actually not even that much bigger than this entire room. And I use it as my ham shack, my work from home office, storage, everything else. And I've got to go through all this stuff and decide what I want to move. I also have a truck that I tore the steering column out of 4.5 months ago that needs repair. I've got all these things that are piling up on me that need to be taken care of. And in the back of my mind, there's always this, but I haven't put out a YouTube video in so long. Or I haven't written a blog post on Miss.Geek for so long. Oh, that's the other thing. I'm also writing for Hackaday now, which many of you already know. If you go to hackaday.com, you'll see my name on the front page on a regular basis because I write for them. That's my side gig, and I really love it. And I'll tell you what, one of the reasons I did YouTube initially is because it's quicker than writing most of the time because I can just talk off the top of my head. Talking is something that's never been a difficulty for me. Just ask anybody who knows me. And the other thing is it brings in income that YouTube doesn't, that my blog doesn't, that nothing else does. Right now I need that because I'm trying to save up money so I can move. If you're curious about what this move entails, I'm taking my household, which is myself and my daughter, all of our belongings, and moving about 700 miles or about 1,200 kilometers. So we're going to be moving to an area near Reno, Nevada, somewhere in that area, from the Pacific Northwest near Olympia, Washington. I just give nears because nobody cares about the towns. But so that's 700 plus miles, I think, and I don't even know. I think it's like 1,100 or 1,200 kilometers, or let's see, about 1,100, 1,200 kilometers. Anyway, it's a distance, and so it's going to be so-called cross-country move, not literally across the country, but a good distance. So I've got that going on. What else? Gosh, I just kind of hit a slump this last month. This weather here sucks, frankly. And it's kind of done me a number up here because lack of sunlight, short days. It's getting better, thankfully, but that has definitely put me down in the dumps a bit. So that's getting better though. Thankfully, I'm smiling for real. It's not fake. I'm not doing a fake YouTube smile. I waited to do this video until I could smile. Let's see. So I think that's probably about it. I mean, but I've got to find a place to live. I've got to move there. I've got to spend $1,000 to buy it or to rent a U-Haul. I've got to, I'm a renter. And this is the thing. People say, oh, owning a house is so great because, you own a house and it's great. And, I've talked to so many people who own houses and they're like, yeah, it's great, I guess. There's a million things you have to take care of when you own a house. I don't own a house. I rent this place. And I knew at some point that I'd have to go find another place to rent. And when my landlord started asking if I'd be interested in buying the place, and that's a hard no, I knew that he was thinking about selling. And my daughter needs drier air than this climate here in the Pacific Northwest. So, or as I like to call it, the Pacific Northwest. Now, I'm about 40 miles or 30 miles from the ocean. A couple days ago, I could smell the ocean air. It's really humid here. When the rest of the country is at 20, 30% humidity here it's like 90, 100 all the time. And that's bad for asthmatic lungs. So we're going back to dry air. As far as the radio stuff goes, I got no intentions of stopping, but I've got to put it on pause because my priorities have changed this last couple of months. The other thing too, my physical health has not been very good lately. You might notice if you look at some of my videos from a year ago, I'm fluffier. I don't like being fluffier. I need to take time and concentrate. I've also got some other stuff that I need to pursue that is really important to me. So this is all about reprioritization and focus. And one thing I can't have in the back of my mind is, well, what about my YouTube channel? What about my website? They're not going away. I just need to focus on other things. And the reason I did this, I just last month, came out with these, the W7RLF proto board version 0.1. This is my version 0.1. Everybody else gets 0.2 or version 2 because I fixed these little center pads were not spaced out way enough. They actually are, but I made them spaced further so it'd be harder to get a solder bridge. I love this, but I'm building this circuit here and it's a mess. It's a mess. And then while I was working with it a moment ago, I realized that I need to start over because one of these 2222s popped off because it's got a bad solder joint. And I started getting angry and I started feeling anxious and I go, I need to take a break. Why am I doing this if I'm not enjoying it? And I do love radio. And if I get an opportunity to build a kit or something, and maybe I'll switch, I might switch, but I started building the PSSST20, even started the groups.io group for it, which I'm still going to keep running. I'm still doing all those things. But I realized I'm not enjoying it the way I want to enjoy it. I don't want to, this isn't a job for me. This is a hobby. And I hope that it's a hobby for you too. Now, some poor folks like Hans Summers, it's not a hobby for him, it's his living. And so that's a bit different. But for me, this is just fun. And if it's not fun, there's a problem. And tonight when I sat down to do this, it wasn't fun. Not in the way I want it to be. It was that frustration of I'm going to rip all these parts off this board and start over. I'm going to plan it out. I'm going to draw it out. I don't have the time to do that. I don't have the energy to do that right now. My mind is focused on other things. And frankly, I just kind of been vegging out lately because my mind is tired. The last year has been pretty rough, and it's rough on all of us. Wouldn't you agree? The world's gotten a lot more difficult to live in the last year and a half, 2 years. A lot more instability, and that weighs on a person. I have a hope for the future. I believe that all these problems will be fixed. I'm not going to talk about that. This isn't the place. But not going to try to preach to my YouTube followers. That's not the point here. I'm not worried about the future, but the present's difficult. And I need to focus on what's best for me and my family. And that means giving something up. Now, there's going to be a few things I'm giving up too. I'm going to be watching a lot less YouTube myself. I'll be focusing on work, focusing on, which includes Hackaday. I'll also be focusing on some other pursuits, like getting in better shape, eating better, cooking for myself more, not eating so many frozen foods and prepared foods. So there's just a lot going on in my life that I need to change. And when I come back, and I may do videos here and there, but for a while there, I was putting out videos 2 or 3 times a week, or at least once a week. And I'm just not going to be able to do that for a while. I'm hoping maybe a video a month would be cool. That'd be kind of neat. And I'd like to spend some more time writing on my blog. If you haven't noticed, I love writing a lot. And one thing that I have not liked about YouTube, although I have, got more followers on YouTube and stuff, and that's great. I appreciate all of you genuinely. I miss writing on my blog. I haven't had the time for it. Between writing for Hackaday, working for a living, and all the other things, I just haven't had time. So anyway, there's a lot going on, and and that's all the stuff that I don't mind telling the whole internet. There's other stuff too that, as you can imagine, that weighs on me. So anyway, if you've gotten this far, thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. And I didn't put this video out to get any sympathy or nice comments or anything. I mean, you can comment whatever you want, but really, I feel an obligation to my followers. You guys take the time out of your day to watch my videos, and that means something to me. That's important. It's like when I'm at work. I tend to try to. I think of the people that I work with. I think of myself as somebody that they can look up to. I'm somebody that they can come to when they need something. And I kind of feel the same way, almost like, I'm not saying I'm like a boss or something, but I feel that same kind of obligation where I want to be there for my followers. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to be there for the people who have taken their time out of their lives to spend time with me through this thing we call the internet. And the community that surrounds that. I think that's a really neat thing. So there's all of that. But a lot of you have sent me things, and I can assure you that everything that you've sent is treasured and will at some point be used. I promise it. Unless something drastic happens in my life where I just can't radio for a while, I'll be back at it. I'm hoping to find a place down in Nevada. My goal would be like a double wide trailer on an acre for 15, 12, 13, 1400 bucks a month max. I'm not made of money. But then that'll be a lot more than what I'm paying now, let me tell you. And I could, so I can put up some antennas and that kind of thing. But we'll see what happens. It may be that I'll have to move into an apartment and go mobile only for a while, or portable, and that'll be fun too. But once I get my truck running eventually. Anyway, so that's a whole nother ordeal. If you want to follow through, well, if I'm not doing YouTubes here, I'm not gonna be doing YouTubes there either, so never mind. Anyway, so I have another YouTube channel that I only have like 2 videos on. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around, I promise. But I just don't know when that'll be or how frequently it'll be. So thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Where's the off button? Where is the off button? Man, this stuff is hard. Normally I'd edit this out. That's the other thing. Normally I'd edit this kind of crap out, but to really do my YouTube videos the way I want to do, I need to learn a new editing software. And my computer won't run the latest version of the editing software I want to use, which is DaVinci Resolve. The version 17 is out. And I went to go install it, and it won't work because I don't have the video card new enough. And you can't even get video cards right now, and they're hundreds of dollars. And I've got just like this janky old video card that worked fine with like the crappy software I was using, which was the Microsoft Video Editor that comes with Windows 10. It doesn't work anymore. It quit working. And I quit into it because the one I was using before it, which was Windows Movie Maker 2012, quit working. And everything I've tried that is free doesn't work. And so I'm just having to make edit videos by doing one shot, just like I'm doing right now, and uploading them straight. That's the only way I can do videos right now. And that sucks. So I either have to get the older version of DaVinci Resolve and go through this whole entire process of learning this like studio grade editing software, just so I can make little 10, 15-minute YouTube videos. Man. And it's actually got me thinking about buying a Mac. And if you know me, I must be going out of my freaking mind. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you later.